Hello and welcome back. We had a very interesting session in the morning where we looked at some common expressions, common usage, how to correct ourselves in certain words, and of course I think one of the most important sessions that I felt was how to use body parts, not in everyday but in our speech. Yes, I think that was a very interesting session. Gave you a new perspective. Perspective. Yes, perspective. That's how you have to become. You have to become alert about every sound that we are producing, especially some very important sounds like v, w, p, b, t, d, yes, sh, z, j. We have completed all sounds, all vowels, all consonants. Yesterday we completed it all. And I asked you to go through this particular list of words that you have on page 51 in your workbooks. Yes, on page 51 we have all these beautiful words which make you practice all the sounds that we've done. There are a whole lot of words there. Yes, available, I see at the top of my head. We used that expression earlier today. Yes, available. These are words that you will have to keep on practicing to get the sound production absolutely correct. Because today we come to a very important portion of our training, yes, which is the syllable and syllable division. Very important part. Why? Because like we did earlier, we said modulation in the voice, using words correctly, as in which one to stress, which one to say with a little more force. All that depends on what? On syllable and syllable division, of course, and that changes the meaning of the entire sentence, where you lay the stress. Today we will continue with our sessions together. All of us teachers have put in a lot of effort. I can see, I can hear, I get feedback from everyone. Yes, we have put in a lot of effort. Just today and another day tomorrow, and we will be completing our entire course. So put in a little more effort, just two more days, and we will be sailing right through. Yes, today's session is very important. I would need you to carry on practicing with me while we do this session. It's a very interactive session in the sense, try and use your hands, and of course try and say the words out with me to get the syllable and the syllable division clearly. Now, what is syllable division, or what is a syllable? Yes, a syllable, as it says here, a syllable consists of one or more speech sounds. Yes, we've done sounds. All of them are being produced correctly or nearly correctly by now, because we've completed all vowels and consonants. So speech sounds, it doesn't only mean a vowel or a consonant, it could be a combination of both, it could be either or. Yes, the elements with which syllables are made fall into two classes, vowels and consonants, like I just said. If a syllable consists of just one sound, yes, if a syllable consists of just one sound, it will usually, and we say that always in English, it will usually be a vowel, as ah, oh, expressions. Ah, I remember that. Oh, did he fall down? Yes, and l. Now, how, or I, yes, I am doing this. I have done this. I is a single vowel sound, I, and it's also a word, I, and a single syllable. There are, of course, exceptions. We are talking about English, and it had to be there. English is full of exceptions to rules, like interjections, like sh. Yes, this is a syllable, no doubt. It consists of one sound, and that is a consonant sh. Yes, we said when a single sound is there, it usually is a vowel, other than the exception of sh, which is a consonant. Yes, words like girl, boy, shirt, came, go, ant, up, cut, bus, bill, each have one syllable. Yes, shirt, boy, came, go, ant. Yes, they are called monosyllabic. Very simple. Mono means single and syllabic is what we have been saying. Monosyllabic words. If a syllable has more than one speech sound, one of them will be a vowel and the rest consonants. More than one syllable, one will be a vowel and one will be a consonant. As we know in English, we do need a vowel sound. We do need a vowel sound to have a word that can be said. Yes. In other words, a syllable is, that's the meaning, and that's the most important definition that we are looking at. A syllable is the smallest part of the word. It's the smallest part of the word which contains a vowel sound. Very important for us. I'm sure most of us teachers know what syllables are. We've been doing that. We've done it in our education as well. A syllable is the smallest part of a word which contains a vowel sound. Yes, which contains a vowel sound. For example, the word nation. Nation. So, nay has the consonant n and the vowel a, nay, and the second one has the consonant sh, the vowel and the consonant n. Yes, the nasal nation. Yes, nation. Yes, nation. That's how we can break up a word into different parts. Yes, into different. The smallest is, which contains a vowel sound, is one syllable. Yes, of course, it's a two-syllable word, and communication is a four-syllable word. Communication. I always say it's easier for me to use my fingers to see or know how many syllables there are. And how do I do it? I use my fingers while saying the word out. Communication. And automatically I know there are four syllables in this word. Communication. Each syllable containing one vowel sound. Communication. Communication. Yes, communication. Now, we have these words here. They are also in your workbook. Yes. Of course, the syllable division has been done, and you know. But I would like you to do it for yourself and try and pronounce these words. Yes, in this list here. Beginning with absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Now what is happening? You see, a part of the word is jumping up. Absa is said at the same level, and liu comes up and kli comes down again. Absolutely. Absolutely. You see my pitch going up? Absolutely. Now this part of a word that jumps up, yes, which is said with a little more force, which is said at a higher pitch, is the stressed syllable. That is the stressed syllable. Why do we need a stressed syllable? Because it is not something that we are just using for better accent or better speech. It is actually a part of correct pronunciation. When you look at the pronunciation in a dictionary, it tells you exactly where the stressed, or what part of the word is stressed, where the stressed syllable is. So we need to know what part of the word is stressed. Yes, stressed syllable. So the first word being absolutely, and you can see liu gets a stress. And what is the syllable division? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Perfect. Absolutely. So that's how it is said. The second word, activate. 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 Please use your fingers. It's easier that way. If you have a different method, please share it with me. For me, this is the easiest method to get the syllable division. Activate. Activate. And we get the stress at the activate. And it is not a simple activate at the same level. The stressed syllable has to be said with a little more force, with a little more, a higher pitch. It has to be said as activate. Activate. You can see the 3 steps that I take in one single word. Activate. Yes? So the stressed syllable has to be said higher, activate. And what happens with that is you get much better clarity of saying the word. Activate. And the ver in the middle clearly heard. Activate. Okay? Activate. So everything is coming together now, as I said earlier. Activate. We have the next word, the third word, account. Account. And the k gets a stress. Account. Can I hear you all say it? Account. Yes, account. A cow. Ow sound, account. Yes, account. As you can see in your workbooks, we have highlighted, we've made the part that is the stressed syllable little darker. Yes, so that it just gives you better clarity of how to pronounce these words. Account. Yes, now the next word is something that we also very many times hear incorrectly, and we hear it as add, addition. It's not addition, it is addition, and the D gets a stress. Addition. 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 Yes, you can see what part of, you can hear clearly what part of the word is stress. Addition. It is the addition of salt that gives more taste to the food. Yes, the addition. Addition. Yes, the same way we have also tradition. Okay, tradition. It is tradition in this part of Punjab to offer help. For example, addition, tradition. Okay, this has to be clearly said. It has to be used higher. Addition, tradition. Yes, the next word that we have is address. Please remember, we have 2 different words, of course, address and address. Yes, address and address. What is the difference between when I say address and address? One's a noun and one's a verb. The address that this letter needs to be sent is the one on the slip, for example. So address with the stress on add. Please remember this. Take a note, make a note, use it correctly. Address, add. Okay, my address is 4123455, whatever be the address. Address. The address that this letter needs to go to is so and so. Okay, address. And then we have the verb to address, which means when you stand here, or when I stand here, or when you as teachers stand and talk to people, then you are addressing, to address. Yes, the Prime Minister addresses the gathering from Red Fort. Yes, to address, dress gets the stress, and to add gets the stress. Address, 2 different syllable stresses, add, address and address, and the meaning of the word changes. Yes, please remember, syllable division, syllable stress is an extremely important part of pronunciation. We need to get the syllable stress absolutely correct for each and every word. Yes, excuse me. Then we have the next word, appropriate. Appropriate. Please remember the per that we did with the plosive per. Yes, appropriate, not appropriate. We hear it many times being pronounced as appropriate. It's not ap, it's up, and the pro gets the stress. Appropriate, appropriate. Yes, appropriate. What I'm trying to do to make you sensitize you to is to listen for the stress of words, to listen to how it has to be stressed and said. It's a part of correct speech. Yes, so please start using the correct, extremely clear syllable stress and syllable word stress that we have in every word. Yes, appropriate. The next one, apologize. Apologize. Notice I am stressing the per, apologize, but I'm still not saying apologize. I'm not per. I'm still not calling it a per. My outer part of the lip is still not touching. I still have the puff of air and the plosive per. Apologize. Apologize. Yes, and the I sound clearly heard as I apologize. Then of course avail. Avail. I would like to avail of the discount. I would like to avail of this opportunity. Yes, avail. Ver clearly heard, avail. Yes, and next word, very important, advise. Advise. Yes, what's the difference between the advise and advice? One with a C and one with an S. Advise and advice. What's the difference? A noun and a verb again. To advise and the advice. Same thing. Yes, advise and advice. The advice is what you give, and to give it is to advise. Yes, we have all these words: advantage, bill, battery, credit, concerned. Yes, clear pay program, city, cent, code, conditions. Conditions, not condition, not condition, but we quite often hear the word called condition. It's condition. Say it with a little more stress, condition. Sometimes what I also ask my trainees to do is use their head, use their hand to say condition. That way it sits in your head where the stress has to come. Condition. And it's a very clear upward movement for the stressed syllable. Condition. Okay, condition. Contract. Yes, contract. Contract, not contract, but contract. We have the verb to contract, or the contract, or the contract. That means the written agreement that you have. So which one will be what? Yes, the verb will get the stress on contract, so it will be to contract. Contract. The kun will be con will become kun. To contract means something that becomes smaller. But when you have a written agreement, the kun becomes a con, gets the stress to say contract. The contract does not allow me to go somewhere else. Contract and to contract. Two different words, written the same way, said differently, stressed differently, mean different things. So you can see how the same word stressed differently changes its meaning. Again, something that we can do in class, something that we can make the trainees do as activities, is to have a chart using where they write down words like contract, contract, advise, advice, that nearly sound the same, have a different syllable stress, and therefore have a different meaning. Yes, confirmation. Please remember, it's not confirmation, it's confirmation. The may gets the stress. May. Now this is a slight pattern that we have known, that when we have a word that ends with tion, shin, yes, generally the syllable just before the shin gets the stress. Yes, so it's confirmation. Confirmation, not confirmation, it's confirmation. Okay, confirmation. but of course it is to confirm. Can you confirm the date? Yes, but I will send you a confirmation tomorrow. Yes, I will need a confirmation for that. The may gets a clear stress. Confirmation. Yes, congratulation. Congratulation. Yes, something that I hope to say to all of you tomorrow. Congratulations, because we would have completed our training. Congratulations. The lation gets the stress. So when you say that to each other tomorrow, please say it with correct stress at the correct place. Not congratulations, but congratulation. Okay? Generally, we always have the stress in the beginning. Congratulation. That's incorrect. The correct pronunciation is congratulation. Yes? Congratulation. We have, of course, coverage. Coverage. Cov gets the stress. Coverage. Yes? Conclude. 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 Okay? Conclude. We have the word, the next word, customer. Customer. Cus gets the stress. Customer. Okay? Customer. Yes? Customer. Okay, customer. Then we have the next one, very important word, detail. Please remember, it's not detail, it's detail. The long E sound, detail. The clarity lies in the detail. Perfect. Excellent. I hope you all are practicing with me. These are very important words that we have here. Detail. Okay? Don't say detail. It is detail. Long E sound, detail. Yes? And detailed. Detailed. See, notice how the stress changes. From the very first, detail, the D getting a stress. And when we say it in the past tense, he detailed it in his letter. Okay? It is all detailed in the contract. Yes, we use the word contract again. Contract. And of course, we have the currency dollar. Dollar. The same way, the Indian currency that we have the rupee. Rupee. It's not rupee, it's rupee. Rupee. Yes, the correct way to pronounce the currency is rupee. Then we have direct or direct. Which one is it? There are two different words, direct and direct. Which one am I saying? There are two different words, same spellings. Any one of you? There is direct and direct. Exactly. Again, we have the difference between the noun and the verb. Yes, we have noun and the verb. We have to direct, when somebody is giving directions or is directing you, to direct a movie. Yes, to direct the way. And we can say direct, which means straight away. He went there direct. Yes, to direct, rect getting the stress, direct, and we have direct. And directory. We hear this very often mispronounced, directory. Yes, I'm sure some of us use it, some of us have heard it, most of us have heard it, directory. It's not directory, it is directory. The rec gets the stress, directory. Directory. I sound clearly heard, directory. Yes, decision, very important word, we use it many times. decision, and we have the j sound in here that we did yesterday. Decision, jin. Yes, and how do we produce the j sound? We said it's closest to the sh. I hope you remember what we did yesterday. Yes, sh, decision, decision. Yes, the c gets the stress, decision. Yes, so decision, decision. The easiest way to do this is when we use our hands or our head, we say decision, and the c gets the stress. Make a chop in your hand, throw the head in front, decision. Yes, slightly, don't shake your head too much, but decision. Perfect, decision. Yes, decision. Very important word, we use it quite a lot. The next one we have, in the very same way, I would like you to do it. How would you say it? The V gets the stress and a clear V. So, perfect, I heard it in the class here, division. Yes, that's how it's correct pronunciation. Please remember, we have the sort of an apostrophe that we have written in the dictionary that shows where the stress lies. Yes, like we've shown you just before on the first word van, there's a light apostrophe. Yes, that shows what part of the syllable is stressed. That's how it's written in the dictionary. So now you know in the dictionary when that apostrophe is there, it means what part of the word has to be stressed, which also shows that the stressed syllable is a part of pronunciation, and if it is not said or incorrectly said, it's considered as incorrect pronunciation, even if the sounds are correct. So please get the syllable division, syllable stress absolutely correct also for your students. Division. Yes, division. We have digit, digit, department, department, part gets a clear say, department. So department, department. Whichever way gets you to get the stress out clearly, we have to. You see, for you and me as teachers, trainers, we need to have an extra effort in the syllable division so that when the students listen to it, they already reproduce it with the clear syllable stress. So when I say department, they will mimic me, they will say the same way, saying department, and part will already be stressed when they're saying it without them even thinking about syllable division. But once, of course, we are doing syllable stress and syllable division with them, you'll have to know these and do it with them. We have a whole list of words here with all these words with the syllable stress. Yes, digit, department, effective, effective. Yes, effective. I hope you're saying it with me. Use your hands and saying effective. Yes, effective. Remember we said v at the end, v. Yes, has to be said clearly. V, lower lip goes in to say v. So effective. Good. Say it once more with me. Effective. Perfect. Now the tiv at the end, remember we should not confuse any sound in our mouth and say it incorrectly. It's not effective, it's not a small u, it's not effective, it's a clear v. So let the side of the lips go open to say effective, v, effective. Just gives you clarity. If I keep my lips too tight and say effective, the clarity is lost. Let your mouth be open to say effective, and you'll see how much clearer you get in saying the words effective, and how much more effective our communication will be. Yes, exactly. The next one, of course, is a. Now you see here, a is one single syllable, a. And what is a single syllable? It is the vowel sound. It is the vowel sound. electronic. Yes, electronic. So where is the stress? Of course you can see it here, the lek gets the stress. So electronic, electronic, electronic. Yes, the lek goes up, electronic. And it's not electronic. Sometimes we hear, most often our syllable is at a different place. Electronic, we say electronic, electronic. Do you hear a difference when I say electronic and electronic? Yes, the syllable has to be on, the syllable stress has to be on lek, electronic. Let me hear you say electronic, electronic. Perfect. Then we have the word we quite often have mispronounced. Now this list that you have is an exhaustive, extensive list. These are words that we have picked up that when we were doing the research for the program. These are the words that we picked up. We said these are most commonly mispronounced by most of the teachers and students. So let's try and get the syllable division absolutely correct so that people know the pronunciation for these words. So this one is a QU in the middle. And what did we say with the QU? Is a W, exactly, is a Qu. So it's equip. Remember, it sounds like ick, whip, I-K-W-I-P. It sounds like equip, W, equipment. And the quip gets this clear stress to say equipment, equipment, equipment. Yes, equip, quip. The clear W, the lips move away from the teeth to say whip, like the whip, the leather whip that people have to beat up horses. Equip, whip. Yes, equipment. The equipment will arrive soon. The equipment. Yes, and of course we have END, end, as a single syllable. Then we have the next one, envelope. Envelope. What is the envelope? What is an envelope? An envelope is what you put your letter into. To posters is an envelope. And the V in the middle clearly heard, envelope. And we have the same word used and said as envelope. Envelope. What does that mean? Envelope and envelope, same word, same spellings, but a different stress changes the meaning of the word. Now an envelope is what you put your letter into to post, and envelope is to cover something. Yes, he was enveloped in flames. Yes, the entire field was enveloped in mist. The morning walkers saw the trees enveloped in fog. Something that covers something is enveloped. And I needed to post my letter, so I needed an envelope. Yes? Now you'll also have people pronouncing it as an envelope, which is also absolutely acceptable and correct. Envelope, envelope, both correct. But that's for the paper cover for a letter. Envelope, envelope, but envelope. Yes. Now this is the word we did yesterday as well. Is emergencies. Emergencies. The merge gets a stress. The mer gets a stress. Emergencies. It's not emergency. It's emergency. Emerge. When you emerge from something, yes, he emerged from the swimming pool. It's the same merge. Yes, emergency. It's not emergency, it's emergency. Emergency. Yes, it's a word that we'll need to practice a lot to get correct for ourselves. Emergency. Okay, emergency. emergency. E-V-E-N-T, event. It's not an event, it's not event, it's event. The vent gets a clear stress, event. We have an event planned for our Founders' Day. There will be an event on the 26th of January. Yes, event. Say it with me, event. And the clear V to be heard, event. Yes, good. Then something that we cannot have is enough. Enough. Enough gets a clear stress, enough. It's not enough, it's enough. Yes, enough. Next word is eligible. Eligible. I am not eligible for that post. Or you are eligible to apply. Yes, this is a word we often use, eligible. Yes, and that's how we say it. That is incorrect. We have to say it with the correct stress to say eligible. Eligible. Lig gets a stress. Eligible. Okay, eligible. Okay, eligible. Good. I am saying the words out many times for you to get the clarity of how much I am stressing each of the stressed syllable. I hope all of you sitting and listening to me today are also practicing exactly in the same way to say the words out. Because only if you say the words out will you know, am I stressing it correct or not. Merely by looking at the screen or in your workbooks or underlining or writing will not get the point across. We need to practice, move our mouths, say eligible. Yes, next one is encourage. Car gets the stress. Encourage. Yes, encourage. Car gets the stress. Encourage. 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 Yes, he encourages me. Yes, our principal encourages participation of each student. Yes, encourage. I need to encourage the students to read in English. Encourage. Yes, encourage. Enter. Not enter but enter. N gets a clear stress. Most often we just hear it as enter. Yes, I had to enter the room. No, we have to say it correctly to say enter. Enter. Yes, N gets a stress. Enter. Next one is expiration. 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 Wonderful. I can see most of us are trying, practicing expiration. Clear I sound, clear per sound. Expiration. Yes? Expiration. Extended. Not extended but extended. 10 gets the stress. Extended. Of course, you see, this list is just the beginning. How do I say beginning? Not beginning but beginning. Gain gets the stress. Beginning. Yes, beginning. Please say it after me. Beginning. Gain gets the stress. Not big. It's not beginning, it's beginning. Yes, so this list of words is just the beginning for us. We cannot keep doing all the words because we will need to continuously do exercises on word stress every day then with each other. This is just a beginning for you to see how important word stress is. These are the most commonly mispronounced words that we have made. You will keep on adding to this list as teachers, getting the correct pronunciation with the correct syllable stress and teaching and speaking it correctly to the students. Please remember, these are words that we will expect you to have absolutely clear pronunciation with, since they have been given to you with the word stress and sounds. Yes, extended, extension, evaluation. What did we say in the beginning? We said the syllable before the shin generally gets the stress, and that's how we get evaluation. And the verb clearly heard, evaluation. Evaluation. Yes, evaluation. Evaluation. Yes. Then we have forwarding. Forwarding. When you send someone else, something somewhere else, forwarding. Yes. And something that we all like to have and know and care for, family. Family. Not family, but fa. It's not fam and lee, it's not family, it's family. Millie, the same ways, family. Yes, family. Family. Number 40, 40. It's not 40, it's 40. T, clearly heard, 40. 40. Yes, I will, it's nearly the same as I will come for tea, like the beverage. That's said together, 40. Okay, 40. Next word that we have, very often mispronounced, and we call it journal. It's not journal but general. 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 Yes, many times we say generally I go there, generally I have this. It's not journal. Journal is a different word. Journal is Journal. This is General. 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 Generally. Okay, we have general. Gen gets the clear stress. General. General. Excellent. You see, as I said, if you use your fingers, you use your hands, use your head, and you'll get stress very clearly. General. Yes? Perfect. Very simple word, but remember, word stress is extremely important. General. Then we have guide. I sound to be heard clearly. Guide. Hours. Please remember H-O-U-R, S and O-U-R-S have the same pronunciation. Hours and hours. I have 4 hours left. Hours was an interesting session. Hours and hours. Same pronunciation. Handset. Very often used word nowadays. Handset. Mobiles are something that we all are using. Everyone. Yes. What handset do you have? Now what is happening here? Generally we can say that when we have 2 words that come together to form a single word, like a compound word, the first word is the one that we stressed. That's a general pattern that we see, or a rule that we have. Handset. Okay? Handset. Yes? Which handset do you have? He needs to buy a new phone, telephone, handset. Okay? Handset. I have it. And the next word, I hope, which all of you are, because I am, to be with you, is happy. Ha gets a stress. Happy. Yes? Happy. Maybe it's also someone's name. Happy. And so now you know how to say it correctly. Happy. Yes? Hold. Now, the next one. Information. Very often heard as information. Information. Yes? Inform. That is a different word. Inform. But this word is information. 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 Please remember how to say it. Infer. It is infer and not infor. That's the infer and information. Let me hear you say it. Information. Good. Let's say it once more. Information. Good. Information. Infer and not infer. Information. Interest. Interest. I am interested. Yes, interest. In gets a clear stress. Interest. Industry. Very, very often mispronounced as industry. There is no dust. Of course, there is dust in the industry, but the word is industry. Indus, just like I always say, just like the river Indus that we have, Indus and a tree, we say industry. Industry. No, if you are saying industry, if you are saying dus, then the stress is wrong. The stress is not in dus. As you can see here, the stress is on in. Industry. Perfect. Industry. The dis is a smaller word, dis. Industry. Like the river Indus. I think you don't say Indus, you say Indus, the river Indus. Industry. Perfect. Industry. Yes. Something that you all give to your students. Yes, of course there is knowledge, but the other thing that we give to students is perfect. Instructions. Not instructions, but instructions. Struck gets a clear jump up. Instructions. That's how you have to say it. You have to say it with a little more force, a higher pitch. The struck gets up to say instructions. Struck. Instructions. Instructions. Yes, instructions. Should we go ahead? Yes, instructions. This is just to practice our syllables and syllable words, syllable stress. Instructions. Now, next one, important. We've said it many times. Yes, important. Not important. Not important. Yes, important. Important. Yes, impor. The real R sound to be heard very clearly, like awkward, like awesome, like awful. R sound, impor, like the paw of a dog, the feet, paw, P-A-W. Yes, important. Important. Perfect. Important. And of course the per clearly heard and the clear t, t, t. I hope we are practicing the t sound. Yes, important. I should hear t, t, t. Important. Important. Can I hear everyone in Punjab saying it correctly? Important. It's important to get the pronunciation of the word important correctly. Important. Excellent. Then we have interrupting. Rup gets a stress. Interrupting. Interrupting. Then we have initial. Initial. It's not initial, the long E sound, it's initial. Initial. Perfect, excellent, initial. And you can already feel and hear the change of your own speech. Yes, my initials are AK. He needs to put his initials on the form. Yes, I don't know what the initials are. Initial. The initial stage of the examination will be held tomorrow. Initial. How do we say it? Initial. Excellent. Initial. And something that one needs to give or get is the invoice. Invoice, the bill. Yes, invoice. It's not your inner voice, it's just the bill. Yes, invoice. Invoice. Yes, invoice. And something we need to start changing is something that we need to do immediately. How do we do it? Perfect. We need to do it immediately. Yes, immediately. Perfect. It needs to be immediately done. I need to get there immediately. Make these pronunciation changes immediately. Yes, because they are important. Yes, these are the words that we need to carry on. Please make sure, all of us colleagues, that we are teaching, correcting each other for ourselves with the correct sounds. Have this list. I say this is a very handy list to have with you, because also the correct pronunciation is given in front of it. Have it with you. Every time you don't remember how to say it, just look it up. Yes, keep on practicing. I would say give it to your children, give it to students. This list is an exhaustive list to get the word stress correctly. Yes, immediately, more. Then we have MODEL, model. Model. We know that correctly. Yes, then we have the next word, which here the stress is written as mandatory. Yes, we can say it, and we will say it as mandatory. Man gets a stress. So please correct it in your workbooks. The stress is on man. The stress is on man. Man gets the stress. It's incorrectly typed here. It's not mandatory. It's mandatory. And dittory. Mandatory. 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 Yes, please. Manual. Something that you have is your trainer, teachers. Manual. 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 Perfect. The man gets a stress. Manual. And something we hope to do is to meet monthly. Next word, monthly. Man gets a stress. Monthly. You see the difference in high and low pitch? Monthly. It's not monthly, it's monthly. Once you start using the higher pitch, more stress at the correct syllable, you'll hear a big difference in how you communicate. Yes, and it's correct communication. So please start using it as soon as you can. I would say immediately. Yes, immediately. The next word we have here is message. Me gets a stress. Message. Oh, I think I have a new. Perfect. Message. It's like the mess. Message. I need to send him a message in an envelope. Remember that word? Keep on making sentences with words we've done earlier, phrases we've done earlier, using them immediately. Yes? The next one is moment. Moment. Just a moment, please. Yes? When you need to ask someone to wait, if you're doing something, if you're busy, the ruder way to say is wait. You can always say just a moment, please. Yes, that's a different way to say please wait. I'll take a minute. Just a moment, please. Yes, moment. Mo, the long O, the O sound, moment. Just a moment, please. Moment. And of course, something that you will be using a lot, and you use a lot when you use a computer, is navigation. And this is simple because we had said earlier, the syllable before the shin generally gets the stress. So the syllable before shin here in this word is gay. So navigation. Navigation. And we have N-U-M-B-E-R, number. Number. The num gets the stress. Number. Okay? Number. Number. Yes? Then we have, of course, the next compound word, over and age, coming together. We'll say over age. Yes? Over age. And the j to be heard clearly in age. My age, your age, over age. Perfect. Over age. Yes? I cannot put in, I do not qualify because I am over age. Yes? Over age. Yes? So, we will take a 5-minute break now. We will come back with these words in pronunciation. We'll carry on with syllable stress. 5-minute breather, drink some water. I'm sure you've been using your throats. I certainly have. And come back refreshed, and we will see you in 5 minutes.